Have you ever felt lost, wondering, why am I here? What is my purpose in life? If so, you're not alone. Many of us go through seasons where we struggle to understand God's plan. But here's the good news. God doesn't leave us guessing. He has a purpose for you, and today we're going to uncover how you can find it. Before we dive in, take a moment, breathe. Let go of the stress of trying to figure everything out on your own. Today, we're going to walk through biblical truths that will give you clarity and confidence in your purpose. 1. God created you with a purpose. First, let's start with the foundation. You are not an accident. You were intentionally created by God for a reason. In Jeremiah 29:11, God says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Think about that for a second. The Creator of the universe has a specific plan for you, one filled with hope. Even if life feels uncertain, even if you've made mistakes, God's plan hasn't changed. I remember a time in my own life when I felt lost, like I was just going through the motions. I kept asking God, what am I supposed to do? But instead of giving me a loud, clear answer, He gently reminded me, trust me, one step at a time. And that's what I did. If you're feeling uncertain today, hold on to that truth. God is leading you. 2. Seek God. First, many of us want to know our purpose, but we start by looking in the wrong places: career, relationships, money. But Jesus tells us exactly where to begin in Matthew 6:33. Seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. Notice what Jesus is saying here. When we seek God first, everything else falls into place. So if you're searching for purpose, start with Him. Pray. Read His Word. Spend quiet time in His presence, because the more you know God, the more you'll understand your purpose. I challenge you, spend 10 minutes a day seeking God this week. Ask Him, Lord, what is your will for my life? Write down what you feel He's saying. You'll be amazed at how He speaks when you take time to listen. 3. Your gifts and passions are clues. God has given each of us unique talents and passions, and guess what? Those aren't random. Romans 12:6 says we have different gifts according to the grace given to each of us. Think about what excites you. What do people say you're good at? Maybe you love encouraging others, teaching, creating, or serving. These aren't just hobbies, they are divine clues to your purpose. For example, I once knew someone who always felt drawn to helping others. She didn't think much of it, she just loved listening and encouraging people. But over time, she realized that was her God-given gift. Today she's a counselor, changing lives with the same passion she's had all along. Your gifts matter. They point to your purpose. Take a moment today to write down 3 things you love doing. Then ask yourself, how can I use these to serve others? You might be surprised at what God reveals. 4. Trust God's timing. One of the hardest parts of finding your purpose is waiting. But hear me, God is never late. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." If you feel like nothing is happening, don't get discouraged. Just because you don't see it yet doesn't mean God isn't working. Every season of waiting is a season of preparation. So instead of getting frustrated, ask God, what are you teaching me right now? Because when His timing comes, everything will make sense. 5. Take action in faith. Faith isn't just about believing, it's about moving. James 2:17 reminds us, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead. Maybe God is calling you to step out, to start something new, to serve, to take a leap of faith. but fear is holding you back. Listen, don't let fear stop you from stepping into your purpose. If God has placed something on your heart, start small. Take one step in faith and trust that He will guide the rest. You were created for a purpose, and God is guiding you toward it, even if you don't see the full picture yet. Trust Him, seek Him, use your gifts, and take that first step in faith. If this message spoke to you, let me know in the comments. What's one step you're taking to seek your purpose this week? And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe for more. Let's walk this journey of purpose together.